So today I will be teaching you how to do makeup for a cosplay, specifically for Ina Shinonome from Project Decay. So let's get straight into that. First, we will start by using primer. I use the e.l.f. primer, the Power Grip one, but anything will work, and I just pat it around my face. I will be using a correcting concealer thing from NYX, and this is just to hide my shadow, my 5 o'clock shadow, get rid of all that hair I'm showing. So we're just going to pat it around, and then using a beauty blender, we're just going to pat that in.
It happens every time. That voice inside your mind telling you to move on. Yeah, each time we get real close, that's how the story goes. Don't be afraid of...
Next, I'm going to be using a powder puff with some translucent powder, just a little bit, and I'm going to be applying it over the concealer. Basically, I'm doing this so that my foundation won't mix with it. Then, using some foundation from Maybelline, I will go over everything using a different beauty blender. Now, this foundation is a little lighter than my skin, but once I blend it out and put all my powders and stuff over it, it will look more like my skin color. And I actually did forget a step. I'm going to shave some of my eyebrows off. It's kind of weird that I'm doing it after my foundation, but I kind of forgot to. Now moving on to my contour, I will be using the e.l.f. Halo Contour. I'm going to start with my cheekbones and bring that down to my chin-ish area. And then I'm going to put it underneath my chin to try and get rid of a little double chin stuff. I use a lot underneath my neck. And then I'm going to do a little triangle to get rid of more, make it more darker. Then both connect my nostrils with the contour to make my nose look a little smaller. And then I'm just going to create like kind of two narrow lines to make my nose look tiny and little small. Connect it to my eyebrows and then a little line beneath. It doesn't need to be fully perfect, we'll blend it out later, so. Then using the same beauty blender for my foundation, I will blend out my contour. I'm kind of just tapping it and going down a little bit. Using a MORPHE brush, I will link it in description. We are just going to pat it a little bit on that nose contour, getting rid of some excess contour. Then we're going to use a beauty blender and blend the bottom of it. We want to leave the middle unblended, so just do the bottom part. And then we're going to take some e.l.f. concealer, put it on our eyes there, a little bit beneath our contour to get it more defined, a little on the chin and beneath the nose. Then we're also going to put it on our neck. We're going to put it a little bit beneath the contour we did earlier. Now this is the most important step for my nose to make it look smaller. I will be doing a lot of contour to make my nose look straight and narrow. I'll be just trying to make this a single line that's very straight. Then using a different beauty blender, I will blend out the concealer. I'm going to blend it underneath my eye a little bit, be very gentle with it. And then I'm going to bring it down to my nostril. So I want this to make my nose look smaller, so I'm going to put concealer over my nose a little bit. Then I'm also going to bring the concealer up to my eyebrows a little bit to make my shadows look more defined. Now I'm using white concealer, but white foundation will work. Put a little bit on your hand, and then dip your concealer beauty blender in that and put it over your concealer. We want my face to look a little white in the center. Now using the beauty blender, we're just going to blend the bottom of my nose contour in so it looks a little less intense. Now using a powder puff, I will be using some white setting powder from e.l.f. and just put it over the concealer. We want it to look a little more white and really stick out. We're going to bring it down to my nose and leave the contour still in place. Now using a skin color Morphe setting powder, I will put this everywhere else. Make sure to use a different powder puff for the skin color corrective powder. Now we're going to blend in that white stuff, and then using the skin color one, we're going to put it a little bit over our nose. Now moving on to blush, I use this Julia's Place blush. I use this really light pink. I just go in and put it right above my cheekbones and like beneath my eyes a little bit. I really like to pack on the blush because I'm a blush fan. So then we're going to go with the darker one, and we're just going to go a little bit over that. Now we will be using a Colourpop palette. We're going to be using this dark pink, and we're just going to add a little bit of it to add even more dimension to my blush. Now I'm taking a contour palette in e.l.f. and I'm going to use a little bit of this dark brown to go over my nose. Now going in with the blush, we're going to put some of that light pink back on my nose. We're going to try and make this like small little triangle around my nose.
The look on your face, the thrill of the chase. I could tell you thought you owned the place. The words that you said.
Then I sneeze a little bit because, you know, it gets in my nose. This is common. Then we're going to put some of that blush where my nostrils meet, a little bit of the light blush. Then we're going to go in with the darker blush and just pat it around. We're going to do a little bit at the base of my nose right there. Then blend it out with some of the lighter stuff. Then we're going to take a little bit of the dark one as well and put it beneath our nose. Taking more of the lighter blush, we're going to put it as my eyeshadow. We're first going to start at the inner corner, just kind of going up a little bit.
Now we've had some fun, but I'm not the one.
And then using that darker pink, we're going to put it at the ends of our eye and try and blend that out.
And I won't be weak. I won't let you hush me when I speak. Take a chance, you said, with quite the charm. And then you got me unharmed. Bet you thought you'd screw me over.
I will be using this Morphe palette. It's called Matte Essentials. I will be using this type of brown, the very top one, just for a little bit darker on the last little part of my eyelids. Blend out in like circular motions, going straight up and down. To make my nose look more cosplay like an anime character, I will be using this NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the color white. I will be applying it at the bridge of my nose a little bit. We're going to do 2 different lines. Make sure they're straight going full down. As you can see, my Colourpop highlighter is broken because I've had it for so long. We're going to put it over that little dot and then connect the 2 white lines together. I'll be using a pen liner, and I like to bring the eyeliner to my eye so I get a better shape. Then I'll bring it a little beneath my eye and connect it to that line. Using the same liquid eyeliner, we're just gonna bring it over that. Then using the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, I'm going to make that wing look even bigger. I'm going to bring it all the way over to the start of my eye basically. And I just go over this a couple times because I don't get it perfect on the first try. Now using the same eyeliner, we're going to make the wing look even bigger. And then just fill the line in with the same eyeliner. It should look something like this. Using the same matte palette, we're going to take a really light brown, and we're applying it to the inner corner of our eye and bringing it down to where the eyeliner meets. We want to kind of create this circular eye shape, and use a very precise small brush for this part. Now using a darker shade on the very left of the eye palette, we will be adding it where the eyeliner kind of meets the eyeshadow. Don't use a lot because we don't want it to look really dark. Now using the same brown we did for our eyeshadow, I will be applying it directly over the eyeliner. Just a little amount will do. Now I have this water activated eyeliner. I got it from Sunset Makeup. It's really good. But sadly there is no brown, so I had to mix it. Then we're just going to apply a little bit of it over the eyeliner. We really want to mix in that black with the brown. We're going to apply a little bit of that lighter brown to the inner corner of my eye, just a little bit more, make it a little more defined. Using the water activated eyeliner, I will be using it in white and just putting it in the inner corner of my eye. I want to create this kind of teardrop and put it over the brown part. I'm using a really small, very pointy brush. I actually got mine from Micheals, which I very highly recommend. I'm going to be taking that light brown from earlier and put it underneath my eye. As you can see, I'm holding down on my brush so I get a more narrow approach. And we're going to blend it back into the eye. We're going to be taking the same darker brown and put it right underneath our eyes. We want to do just a little bit and not too much. It should look something like this when you're done with it. Now we're going to bring a little bit of the light blush and just kind of blend it out. Now I'll be using the same white pen we did for our nose. I'm going to put a little bit where the eyes meet this kind of eyeshadow, and then put another little line right there. Now I'll be using the same highlighter from Colourpop and add a whole lot of it underneath our eyes. We want the eyeshadow to really stand out, so this highlighter will help. We're also going to apply a little bit of the highlighter on the inner corners of my eye. Using the same liquid liner, we're going to create some lashes. I'm going to start with the big one right there. and then do a smaller one that will connect the eyeshadow to the eye. Now using some brown from earlier, I'm gonna put it right there, and then I realize that it's totally the wrong shade and it's too light. Looks like shit, so I have to mix again. I'm reapplying it, and well, yeah, that looks a lot better. So we're gonna create 3 more little things right there, and you can see the second one closest to my eye is not fully shaped in. I wanna leave a little space so it adds more dimension, like that. Taking the same contour palette, we're gonna do the brown, and we're gonna put it by our lips. We're gonna create a little line like that, and then I realized I went too overboard with this step. See how I applied a lot more? I realize it's a little too much, but whatever you wanna go for. I'm also going to apply a little bit above my lips, where kind of that Cupid's bow is. We're then going to apply it to the upper corners of the lip. Then we're going to apply it on the center of the bottom lip. Using some highlighter, we're going to add it directly to the Cupid's bow to make it more stand out. Now using some Etude lipstick, I found this on Amazon for like $20, we're just going to put it on our lips and then just smack it together. I will be using the NYX Lingerie XXL Matte Liquid Lipstick in a very dark red. I'll be applying it to the inner corner of my lips and just patting it down with my fingers. It'll create this really pouty look, which is what I'm going for. We're just going to apply it a little bit beneath and then just blend it out with our finger again. Now to create some bows, we will be using the same activated eyeliner palette, and we're just going to be using that white. Start with a dot and then add 2 little circles to represent the bow. And then I filled it in more to make it look more thick. Then just add 2 danglies. And you're done with that. This step is optional, but I really like how piercings look. So using some liquid lash glue, I'll be applying it to my face, and then I will attach the round piercings with my finger or just some sticky things I have around. Then I'll just use some mascara. I use Clinique and just get my eyes to look black. And then I apply a little bit to the inside of my eye. Oh shoot, I forgot eyebrows. So using a medium brown, we're gonna fill in our eyebrows, our small little eyebrows with it. I was kind of rushing at this point because I was running out of time. It was like an hour already and I wanna get this done. We're just going to shape it a little bit to go up more. And then I use the darker brown from before, and then just add it on the middle of my eyebrows. Now we're moving on to the last step of lashes. I'll be applying some lash glue to my lashes. I'll let them dry for like a minute. I'll like flick it around with my hand, blow on it, then just apply it. Now I didn't get it correct the first time, and it's okay, it will take multiple tries. Oh, that looks better. And this is the final look. I was so happy to finally cosplay Ina because I've been waiting for a long time to do this. I really hope you enjoyed this and hopefully it helped you out. Thank you for watching, hopefully to the end, and goodbye.